Hi, I'm Hollis Easter from For All Outdoors, and I'm here to tell you today about the GoPro Helmet Hero HD portable video camera, which you can use for recording just about anything you want to do outdoors. It's a rugged, waterproof, shock-resistant, battery-powered, very small, very lightweight video camera. And over the next few months, I'm going to be putting it through its paces and showing some of the different kinds of things it can do. We're hoping to get some people out on bikes, out on trails, out on skis, all kinds of fun out in the outdoors to show you what you could do with a portable video camera like this. So, as a beginning, I'd like to tell you GoPro has provided this unit free of charge to us. No money's changed hands. This is not a paid review. So, be aware of that. GoPro has had several different versions of portable battery-powered video cameras for the last few years, and I tested one a couple of years ago for All Outdoors. This is an updated version of it. This is a high-definition video camera, and if you'd like to see all the specifications for it, I highly recommend that you go to their website. Now, at its heart, the camera is what you see here in this plastic housing. Ignore the black plastic base. It's a small, battery-powered video camera with a wide-angle lens, a number of easy input and output things, and a pretty simple user interface. It just has two buttons, an on-off and mode button, and then a shutter release button, which is used for a couple of other things as well. As you can see, there's not a lot of complexity to it on the outside. It's pretty simple to understand. There's a little battery case. This one uses a rechargeable lithium battery that's provided. Very nice, seems to have good battery life so far. And also uses a user-supplied secure digital memory card. Now they can take cards, I believe, up to 32 gigabytes. I've been using a 16 gigabyte chip, which is sufficient for everything I've wanted to do so far. And the fact that it uses removable memory is really convenient because it means if you want to interface with your computer, either you can connect it through the included USB cable, where it mounts just as a USB mass storage device, or you can just pop the secure digital card out and stick it in your card reader. It's very fast, very convenient, and pretty much transparent from that side of things. Now, this small, lightweight box is pretty impressive, but what makes it really great for the outdoors is this housing out here. This is a very strong polycarbonate housing that has good quality seals around it so that it's actually waterproof, dustproof, and you can do all kinds of things with it. It's waterproof down to 60 meters or 180 feet. And a friend of mine just took it scuba diving and found that it stayed perfectly waterproof, including the buttons. The buttons are waterproof as well. So that's important for those of us who want to do some video things, whether snorkeling, diving, anything like that, or even just people who are going to get rained on. You can press the buttons and it doesn't let water into the case. All I do to button it back up again is I gently insert the camera into the case, and then I fold this hinged locking background here. There's a white seal around that, and then there's sort of a lever action closure here, and I just tighten that down and we're good to go. From that point, if I want to shoot some video, all I have to do is press the button for the power thing. It beeps a few times to let me know it's on. And then if I wanted to shoot video, I just press the shutter release. There are a number of other functions and modes that you can use with the Helmet Hero, and I would refer you to the instruction manual for those. There are lots of them. It can take still photos, it can have different microphone gain settings, it can use different resolutions. There are lots of capabilities within this package. If I want to turn it off, I just hold the power button for 4 seconds and it beeps. Now, one thing I've noticed, the beeps are pretty audible in this environment, but when I'm out in the actual field where there's wind noise or other people talking or anything like that, those little electronic beeps can be a bit hard to hear. So GoPro has also provided a flashing red LED on the front for when this device is actually shooting video. But it's a little bit hard to notice sometimes, and if I were talking to their development team, that would be something I would maybe make a user exposable option, is to have a louder verification beep. But anyway, the thing that's really great about the GoPro, aside from the fact that it's durable, it's shockproof, it's waterproof, and it's pretty lightweight, is that it comes with a wide variety of mounting options. Now, it comes this way when you first pick it up, but there's a quick release mount here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's basically, you press these sort of like a side release buckle on a backpack or something, and they slide into these little rails on the attachment. And what that means is that you can, for example, use this device, which is for attaching to a vented helmet, like a bike helmet, ski helmet, motorcycle helmet, that kind of thing. And you can put that on there, put these straps through the vents and then lash them down. And when you want to take the camera and use it on a ride, well, you just take your helmet and you're done. That's all there is. You know, it's on there pretty tightly. And if it's time to move somewhere else, it's very simple and quick to get that back off. GoPro provides a number of different mounts with a very high quality 3M adhesive. This is their VHB adhesive, which we are told is one of the highest strength and tenacity adhesives on the market. And they provide little mounts that you can glue onto a curved surface, a flat surface. There's a variety of different options here. But they also give you an extra quick release thing, a locking tool for the lever. But they give you these other things as well, which use this hinge mechanism that's built into the bottom of the GoPro camera housing. And you can use this to change the angle of things, and you can also use it to interface with, for example, this sort of housing that goes on your head. It's like a headlamp, and you can actually have the camera here, get a point of view shot, which is especially cool if you're, you know, wanting people to really see what the action looks like from your point of view. GoPro also sells a variety of other mounts that you can get along with the GoPro. And they range from a simple tripod mount that can attach this camera to a standard 1/4-inch machine screw camera tripod, to there's a chest harness, there's a suction cup that can go on anything from the deck of a boat to the hood of a car to the wing of an airplane, although that's not technically FAA approved. People have done it and it works fine. They sell a bunch of other mounts. There's ones for handlebars and seat posts on a bike. So basically, it's a highly effective way of putting a small camera wherever you want your viewers to see what's going on. And what people have often done is they get a bunch of these, and for example, for a mountain biker, they'll put one on the helmet, they'll put another one on the handlebars, they'll put another one on either the seat post or on one of the struts, the shocks that you get. And so you get very different points of view and very different senses of what's going on in your outdoor activities. Same thing, people use them for skydiving, and they've done some really neat things about showing what different parts of your body see as you're doing fun things in the outdoors. So it's a pretty neat system, user-friendly, pretty simple to use. One thing I would also say, if you're a person with weaker eyesight, you're going to want to get pretty close to the little screen that tells you what mode you're in. It's an LCD display. They're fairly small icons, and you may have to sort of get your face up nice and close before you can actually see what's going on there. But that's a negotiable sort of a problem, and you can work around it once you sort of know what you're going through. A couple of limitations of this sort of design and what GoPro has done to fix them. Because this is a sealed housing, it prevents the transmission of water, it prevents the transmission of sand, it also prevents the transmission of sound. And if you imagine having your head stuck inside of a plastic bucket or something like that, you could imagine it would change the way you heard things. And what that tends to mean is that if you're shooting in a dirty or an underwater environment, the sound is not what you're used to hearing through your ears in free air. That's not any sort of a problem with GoPro. That's a limitation of the fact that they're trying to make something waterproof. But for environments where you're not concerned about environmental things like protecting it from water, protecting it from dirt, GoPro has provided a replacement housing for the back of the camera. You can see here there's a solid plastic housing here, and they provide one with a pair of holes through it, which still gives you some shock protection but does allow direct air transmission to the microphone. and they claim that it provides much better sound. I'll be checking that out over the next couple of months and seeing how that does. I've used the camera a bunch around town so far, and the fact that it's a very wide-angle lens takes a little bit of getting used to in an environment you're used to seeing on a daily basis. It seems to be a lot easier to accept in the outdoor video context, whether it's stuck onto a boat or while climbing or anything like that. It seems like that's easier for us to just suspend our disbelief and accept that. And it does provide a really great wide field of view so you can see a lot of different things about what's going on. A couple other quick things about what's included in the package. You can actually use the GoPro camera directly to spit out video and sound output so you can play your videos back for people on television. It has a bunch of different AV in and out sorts of interfacing cables that you can use. And it also does include a USB connector cable for connecting it up to your computer. So it seems like a pretty versatile system, and people I know who've had them have liked them, so I'm really looking forward to taking it out in the field. I'm also going to try to get some of my friends who do other interesting things in the outdoors to try it and borrow it for a couple of days and see what they think, and hopefully that'll give you guys a slightly better sense of a variety of things in the outdoors. My friend Marshall took it scuba diving for an underwater pumpkin carving contest, and I'll tell you about that in our next installment. Until then, thanks for watching. My name is Hollis for For All Outdoors, and this is the GoPro Helmet Hero HD video camera.